Then after 3 days one of the brethren came to us from Gamaliel, bringing us secret tidings that the enemy had received a commission from Caiaphas, the chief priest, that he should arrest all who believed in Jesus, and should go to Damascus with his letters. The surviving editions of Josephus' Antiquities of the Jews contain only one reference to James, which may or may not be later interpolation. The Chronicle reports that the Sanhedrin, the religious high court, called before them James, the brother of Jesus, who was called Christ, accused most improbably of breaking the law. James and certain of his companions are found guilty, and accordingly stoned to death. Whether this account is accurate, doctored, or wholly invented, the most important aspect of it is the date to which it refers. Josephus indicates that the events he has described occurred during an interval between Roman procurators in Judea. The incumbent procurator had just died. His successor, Lucius Albinus, was still en route to Palestine from Rome during the interregnum. Effective power in Jerusalem was wielded by the high priest, an unpopular man named Ananus. This allows the account of James' death to be dated at around AD 62, only 4 years before the outbreak of the revolt in AD 66. Here, then, is at least some chronological evidence that James' death may have had something to do with the war that ravaged the Holy Land between AD 66 and 73. For further information, however, one must turn to later church historians. Perhaps the major source is Eusebius, 4th century bishop of Caesarea, the Roman capital of Judea, and author of one of the most important early church histories. In accordance with the conventions of the time, Eusebius quotes at length from early writers, many of whose works have not survived. In speaking of James, he cites Clement. He cites Clement, Bishop of Alexandria. Clement refers to James, we are told, as the righteous, or as it is often translated, the just Zadok in Hebrew. This, of course, is the by now familiar Qumranic usage, whence derives the teacher of righteousness. Now the leader of the Qumran community, according to Clement, Eusebius reports James was thrown from a parapet of the temple, then beaten to death with a club. Later in his chronicle, Eusebius quotes extensively from a 2nd century church historian, Hegesippus. All of Hegesippus' works were reputedly extant as late as the 16th or 17th century. Everything has since disappeared, though copies may well exist in the Vatican as well as in the library of one or other monastery in Spain, for example. At present, however, almost everything we have by Hegesippus is contained in the excerpts from his works cited by Eusebius.